So hi there, good evening, welcome back. And one more small change in the framing. I know I keep playing around with this, but I don't know, I don't seem to settle with one particular framing and one particular angle and all the stuff. I don't know, for whatever reason. Right from the time when I started the Creative Zest, I mean, what was it called? I forgot. So even from then, the good old time, I kept on changing. This room is being like really volatile when it comes to framing and all. For some good reason, these daily vlogs, I'm able to manage to keep them in one angle for at least like a week, two, or slightly more. But you might be seeing a change in every single month. And even from yesterday and today, there's a change. But yeah, I mean, that's totally intentional. Yeah. So back to the point. Two things that I want to talk about. One was a carry forward from yesterday. Something which I initiated yesterday, which had been running in my mind since quite a long time, I would say. This is about Java bike feedback stuff. Now, to give a context, from 1 year, I mean, it's in another couple of weeks, it'll be like a year since I had my Java bike. But I've been a part of this WhatsApp community since probably like I would say November or end of November. But numerous complaints, I would say numerous complaints and issues with bikes, with service centers, and so many stuff, literally on day in and day out basis. And I would not say I'm fed up with it, but touch wood, I've not faced any such issues on my bike. But I know a lot of people around me who have faced it and they have been struggling with that and all the stuff. Now, this whole community that I'm a part of, this group that I'm part of, the admins, they just least bothered. Okay, they're just least bothered about addressing anything. Like when you're in a community, you need to help each other out. Okay, in some whatever capability that you can, just try to help people out and try to bring in kind of like I would say uh, a method in which the issues can be resolved or connect to them people or whatever it is. But here some of the admins, they themselves have issues and they're going southward direction. Like when I say southward, they're like literally they themselves have started complaining and cribbing and all. As an admin of a group, as an admin of a community, you need to bring and build the overall community together, the team together. But here I'm started sensing this kind of like a negativity or uh, no cohesiveness, I would say, that was happening. So this Bangalore group, Bangalore subgroup, I would say, these admins, even they are like kind of like behaving like they're helpless or they can't do anything. They want to do, but they're a part of a bigger community and whatever stuff. So now I'd been thinking like we should approach someone. Okay, we should approach someone higher up. And when I say higher up, I'm really talking about the three big shots, or at least one or two of the three big shots that who own this whole classic Java, Classic Legends Private Limited, the company which owns Java bikes. There's no point in ranting on Twitter, ranting on WhatsApp groups or Facebook messages and all. Nobody will come and see here. Then it's not their job, or they won't even bother about it. My idea here was to see if there is any way we can reach out to these people. Some of the I don't know the answer. Okay, some of my friends have tried to do it on Instagram. Some of them have tried to do it on Twitter. I'll try my best. Okay, I'll try my best with whatever I could do. But my intent here is only to figure out if there is a way wherein we can reach out to these higher ups and tell them this is a summary of problem, this is a quality issue, this is a service issue, this is the parts issue, whatever. Give them a list and ask them, do something about it. That's the only thing. Just do something about it. Nobody was ready to take up the ownership. Nobody was coming forward to it. And like it's a very typical Indian mentality, I would say. Okay, so I just realized I need to step in, and I'd been thinking about it and literally arguing with this the Bangalore admins for quite some time. I lost hopes on the overall, the bigger community, the India level community, where that admin who is basically from a neighboring state, he's just not bothered. And the other two admins are like they're not even in the picture. I don't know why they even created a community when they don't want to interact. So in that way, yesterday in fact, like a week back, I asked one of the Bangalore admins like whether they have anything like a summary of all the issues faced and all, and they told that the India admin has. They reached out to him and he didn't bother to get back. So I stepped up yesterday and I just told like, okay, I'll take this up. I'll do the ownership. and I'll take up the ownership. And my idea was to collate all the issues, the good and bad, everything, okay, and try to summarize it, try to come up with some kind of like a simple way of presenting it, so that this can be shared to these people. Like, okay, I'm literally talking about Anupam or Ashish or even Anand Mahindra, like one or two or all three of these people. How do I reach out to them? I have no idea. I need to figure this out. But my intent here is to collect everything, send it to them, and make them aware. Maybe they are aware, they're not doing anything, but I want to give it a try. I want to send it across to them and see whether they can try to do anything or at least respond to all these things. Because end of the day, if you sit and do all influencer activities, promotional thing, you're just spending money on something which will not work. Your actual influencers are the people who actually own it, not the people who own it for 1 day or 3 day or 5 days, as a like automobile journalist. Okay, the people, actual people like me and this hundreds of other people who actually own this bike, I feel that we are the actual evangelists for this bike. Okay, and we are the one who needs to go out and tell like, okay, this bike is good, this bike is bad, this aspect is bad, but still you can take. We are the one who's who can tell, not the automobile journalists who own it for a month or a week and tell that this bike is good. They always tell that this bike is good, something is wrong, that's all. So in that way, that's the initiative taken. So I just created a Google Forms yesterday with a very comprehensive set of questions, asking them about their bike, their issues, their likes, their dislike, what they want to be changed, and all those stuff. So I collected and I shared it along in my India group as well as the Bangalore group. And to my surprise, the response has been really very positive. And I'm telling you, I'm really surprised that people responded to this request. Initially, I thought nobody will respond or people will be very reluctant and all those stuff. But fantastic. I think even as of today afternoon, there were like close to 50. I'm not sure, but I think it should be close to 50. There were like 30 plus yesterday itself. So 50 plus responses, which is actually very good data. I'm fine with that amount of data. There might be like a couple of hundreds of people or even more in both the forums to put together, but I'm perfectly fine with the data that I've got, and I'll just probably wait till end of this week and then start to collate this information and try to come up with a summary of what's working, what's not working, and what needs to be addressed, and then reach out to the people whom I thought. And the very quick glance, I've not gone through them in detail. A very quick glance, I see that the response is very mixed, and which is expected. And some of them are very happy about the bike they have, some of them are very passionate about the bike that they have, and some of them are like literally fuming and they're furious about the issues that they're facing and the amount of visits that they have to the service station and all. So this is an initiative that I have taken up yesterday. I have owned it up. Again, I'm committing this in this journal today, so that again I am accountable for this and I want to be responsible. I mean, I want to give it a try with whatever I can, with the limited capability that I have. If it works and if it helps the community, I'm more than happy. If it doesn't work, I'm ready to go and accept that it didn't work. It's not that I'll shy away, but I want to give it a try. When nobody is doing it, at least I want to give it a try. And I don't want to be that one more person who points finger at just the company or just a bike and tells that it doesn't work at all. Personally, on a personal front, like I would say, I'm very happy with my bike. I like it, and there are limitations, there are issues and all that stuff, but you just have to accept it. Okay, some of them you can fix it, some of them the solution might be short term, long term, whatever. But personally, if I have to summarize my overall ownership riding, I really love it. I love my bike and I'm very happy with it. Okay, and are there issues that I want to report in this in this report that I'm sending it to the Java team? Yes, I have my own set of issues which I would really love to get it addressed. Okay, and let me see how things goes. So this is one small attempt that I want to do for the community, and as I told you, if it works, I'll be happy. I don't want to take any credit. It's just that people helped me and I just was the catalyst here to take it forward to the next level. So let's see how it goes. I'll keep you posted, and let's come back probably after a week or two or whenever I get a response from the Java team itself, and then I'll take it forward from there. So that's probably it. I actually started off cycling today morning and it's been more than a year. I know I'm really embarrassed in telling that, but yeah, I finally started cycling. Instead of just doing the walk, I'm thinking like I'll do cycle and walk alternately or take cycle more frequently. Some thought did come up in the morning while I was doing cycling, but probably I'll talk about it tomorrow or sometime later when I have lesser topics to talk about. So that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with more updates on what's happening around me in the daily journal called The New Normal. Thank you, take care, and bye bye.